Welcome to another video in the series by Battlefront Living History Group, where we are covering a number of military and firearms in a series of videos set up by our members. I am Christian De Bono, and today I will be continuing on a series of videos related to German aircrew and pilots equipment, especially as those that were used over Malta during the siege of the Second World War. I am starting off with one of the two main life preservers or life jackets used by the German Luftwaffe. This one is what is referred to as the Kapok Schimmweste. Kapok is, for those who are not familiar with the term, it is a natural cotton-like product which is inherently buoyant, and as we can witness here, as in this life jacket, there are no mechanisms to inflate or put in any kind of air into the vest. However, it's just a way that is always permanently buoyant. This one is often referred to as the life vest used by the bomber crew. However, that is a myth. There are several videos and photos, even of pilots in Sicily prior to operations over Malta, fighter pilots, which are actually using this Kapok variant of the life vest. Starting off with a little bit of history, this type of life vest was already available at the beginning of the war. There is one major change, I would say, that happened very close to the end of 1940. 1940 and the Battle of Britain served as a very important lesson for both the RAF and the Luftwaffe when it comes to flight equipment, aircrew equipment, especially those related to survival uniforms and equipment, as what was available prior to and by the Battle of Britain. There were some issues that needed rectification in order to increase the likelihood of pilots being downed in water, surviving, especially if they were injured. So one of the issues often encountered by German pilots during the Battle of Britain was that when pilot was downed in the Channel, although he would, with this kind of life vest, he would survive and float, even if he is unconscious. The main issue was that the back part of the life vest was as buoyant as the front part, and if the pilot or the aircrew was unconscious, there was a tendency that they would tilt forward and start swallowing water and eventually drown. And this was, of course, a problem and saved and did cost the lives of several aircrew this way. The Luftwaffe started a revision process of improving their life vests, both the Kapok one and also the Schimmweste, the 1030 model, which we will see later. And one particular change that characterized the two models, which I will refer to as the A model, the one before issued until 1940, and the later models, the B models, was in particularly that the removal of the back part of the life vest in order to put the buoyancy more in the shoulders and in the chest area, this was put in place on both types of life vests. So the 1076, the Kapok life vest that I'm seeing here, and the 1030 model, which we will see shortly. As you might have often seen photos of paratroopers flying over Crete, for example, you would for sure see this kind of life vest, the Kapok life vest. This was a standard issue for transport aircraft as well, and any contingent or troops flying over that aircraft to be issued one of these life vests, the Kapok version, rather than the 1030 model.